Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1334. 1334. Hi, I'm Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valleymont.
You're insane.
Today, we hear from Madame Rutabaga. No, that was last show. Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the Engineer. We're going to stay away from anything that had to do with the last show, except for one thing.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
We're going to sing the song again, but with different lyrics, except the chorus, we say
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And that we're also going to have a bridge in today's show like we did the last one. I found something that's really fun. It's when you are really right at everything you say. No. When you're right.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
No. I'm not right. I'm wrong. Constantly.
Mike's
But that's all right.
Daily
You shouldn't say
Podcast.
Wrong.
Yeah!
when it's so easy to say right.
Wrong.
No, say right. No, what I'm saying is when I look at a light, a fluorescent light, I think fluorescent lights should be nowhere near a bathroom mirror. Do you agree with me? I don't want to see my face with a fluorescent light in a bathroom mirror. I have a fluorescent light in my kitchen, though, because I want to see every little thing that may have fallen on the floor. Look who just walked in. Hello, my God, this is Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor. I am having difficulty following you this morning. That's good. Oh, darn it. What is Mike Matthews? I meant to scratch this off my notes. I talked about UC Berkeley already. I'm not going to talk about that today. Look who else walked in. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere the Engineer. Mike, there's this wonderful cupcake shop right next to Berkeley. That's true, there is. I had a Oreo cookie cupcake. I know, but it was so good. And I talked about the hippie chick thing. What is this? This is this isn't right. These notes.
That's not how it works.
I'm so confused.
That's not how any of this works.
Well, I got the wrong notes in front of me, so I will take something from these notes and tell you that as I walked my dog, Basile
And here's today's podcast picture.
Le Boxer loves it when I say his name with an Italian flair. The podcast picture is today of the bridge that I used to see. It's one of the few bridges. So here in the Bay Area, we got bridges everywhere. But in Alabama, there's only a couple that were close to where I lived, and this is one of the big ones. It's near Ditto Harbor. And Ditto Harbor is one of the few harbors that was near where I lived. Actually, this was kind of about 50 miles or so, maybe 60. But Ditto Harbor was so cool because I love marinas. And this was a marina. And I would go there and just look at the boats going in and out. The waterway, since I was way up in North Alabama, was the Tennessee River. And these boats would go out to the Tennessee River, which is a pretty big river, and go around, try and avoid hitting all the vegetation that's near the edges of the river. I have a warm memory. I went there one time to see a Christmas parade. I love boat parades with the Christmas lights. And I went to this Ditto Harbor to see that. And I remember both times, and then I went there again shortly before my then wife and I moved. And I remember having a conversation with someone on my mobile phone and talking to someone in California and thinking, I'm going to be back in California soon. I miss California, but I sometimes miss Alabama now. And that's just how things are. Grass is greener on the other side. But going to this marina helped me feel like I was in California again. And I remember my then wife would never, ever, ever go to this marina with me. I don't think I tried taking her there. She's like, no, I don't want to go. I moved to California, back to California with my then wife, and I moved to a part of California that I didn't know anybody. I am from Southern California, from Ventura, that area. I know people there. But in the Bay Area, didn't know anyone. Oh, I had one friend from college, which I haven't talked to in a long time. It's weird. Our friendship, her and her boyfriend, we were close for a while, and then, well, I don't know what happened. They kind of went, you know how friends diverge? She went on a different direction. She's into bicycling, her and her boyfriend, and I could care less about bikes. I know you get good exercise from it. I'd rather walk with the dog. And anyway, Café Anyway, we moved to the Bay Area.
Anyway.
And I didn't know anyone. Well, a couple years go by, we get divorced. What happens? Mike knows no one. I've got like one friend, and he's kind of preoccupied in his own world, and I'm trying to talk to him about my divorce and whatnot, and he's kind of, oh, okay, look at that. Oh, a butterfly. I'm going to try and catch it. But come back. I have more things to... I'm crying on the inside. My inner horse is crying. But so you know what I said? I said, I have got to get back into radio. I've got to get back into radio. And that's what I did. I got back into radio. And I am now in radio. And I've made so many friends since I've been back in radio, and I thank them all because they have made my life and enriched it. So that's all I'm saying, is you have to find the thing that you do, and my thing happens to be the radio thing and sound and whatnot, and that's what I've gotten away from it because my ex-wife was like, no, you need to try something else, go that way, and I was like, okay, you're right, yeah, I need to do that. Radio's been bad to me, and you know what, radio is bad to people. It's not good to the hardworking people in radio. That time and time again, I've seen that prove out. But in the end, it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate bad marriage relationship that I have to stay in. I can't divorce this one because apparently I love this too much. So my point being, I know it's a depressing point, but the positive side of it is I've made friends. And thank you to those radio friends and the strange hippie chicks that I've met around my house. And you know, that kind of thing. I forgot to mention, though, during that story where that woman kept running in and out of her house, bringing me things. Here I am saying something else from the last show, but oh well. It was a good last show. And every time she ran into the house, there was a guy standing there that I forgot to mention. I forgot his name. Well, let's call him George. And George kept saying to me, run. Every time she went into the house, he was like, run, go now. Now's the time. Now you can escape. Run free, fly away. Well, it was a hot day yesterday. The show is called Mike's Daily Podcast, as is the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. Buy yourself some sunscreen or whatever you do need during the summer, a fan, through Amazon at the link at mikesdailypodcast.com. Don't buy anything on Amazon now. Go to the mikesdailypodcast.com website. Click on that link and buy whatever it is you're going to buy. There's also the link to PayPal if you'd like to help us out that way. Thank you. And there's also the past podcast pictures. There's also past interviews and all that at mikesdailypodcast.com. Now, the segment that is called...
I can't believe... What the hell is this place anyway?
And now we return to our organization program with Mike Matthews. Good morning, Mr. Matthews.
Yeah, what is this place anyway? What is going on here? Oh, what a strange place, this planet. Well, North Korea said yesterday that they confirmed the detention of another American citizen for alleged acts of hostility aimed at overthrowing the government. An accounting instructor at Pyongyang University of Science and Technology named Kim Sang-dok was intercepted by Pyongyang International Airport. according to the Korean Central News Agency. Now, this interception happened in April. It is said he was being detained while authorities conduct a detailed investigation into his alleged crime. The school's chancellor and the Swedish embassy in Pyongyang gave the information about Kim's detention but couldn't provide the reason for his arrest. The school's report used a different spelling. He is now the third American being detained in North Korea. The other U.S. detainees are Otto Warmbier, serving a 15-year prison term with hard labor for alleged anti-state acts, and Kim Dong-chul, serving a 10-year term with hard labor for alleged espionage. Analysts say North Korea often attempts to use foreign detainees to rest outside concessions, which in the past have sometimes involved high-profile American missions sent to secure the release of detainees. This article from the Associated Press. Spicer, meanwhile, Sean Spicer, aka Melissa McCarthy, the White House press secretary, stunned reporters yesterday by leaving his daily press briefing without taking questions. Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly and White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney spent nearly 40 minutes speaking to the media about the bipartisan budget agreement, as Spicer looked on from seats designated for staff near the briefing room podium. When they finished, Spicer left the room with them, prompting cries of "Sean, Sean, Sean!" from the reporters inside the James S. Brady press briefing room. Administration officials routinely attend White House press briefings to speak to reporters about policy topics, but it's unusual for the press secretary to not take questions afterwards. He had a bad day. Hillary Clinton said yesterday that she's taking responsibility for her 2016 election loss, but she believes that misogyny, Russian interference, and questionable decisions by the FBI influenced the outcome. The former Democratic presidential nominee offered extensive comments about the election during the Women for Women International's annual luncheon in New York, which I was not invited to. She said she's been going through the painful process of reliving the 2016 contest while writing a book. It wasn't a perfect campaign. There is no such thing, she said. She was talking with Christian Amanpour. But I was on the way to winning until a combination of FBI Director Jim Comey's letter on October 28th and Russian WikiLeaks raised doubts in the minds of people who were inclined to vote for me but got scared off. I agree with that. Now, you know what? I don't know. Bernie Sanders, was he robbed? I heard today that there's a lawsuit against Hillary Clinton from some people that were pro-Bernie, saying that she stole it from Bernie. Well, are we suing everybody now? Now is Hillary going to sue Donald Trump because she lost the election to him? Whatever the case. Now, I don't think the Russians actually went in to our voting apparatus machines and changed the election. I don't think they have that technology, but there was the whole fake news thing. And if anything, this election raised awareness about fake news and not to look at, okay, because like this story, it came from the Associated Press. Is the Associated Press always right? Are they, in fact, never wrong? Well, no, but we should be aware of where we are getting our stories from. And I will leave it there. You can disagree with me. Tell me what a big Bernie supporter or Trump supporter you are at 336MM Daily. That's 336MM Daily. South Korea regulatory authorities have cleared Samsung to begin testing its self-driving vehicle tech in the country. The company, this according to the Wall Street Journal, the company, so now Samsung's getting into it. It's slated to trial its tech on a Hyundai car. So by the way, Hyundai, I didn't realize how big Hyundai is. I know my next door neighbor used to work for Hyundai, and my mom's boyfriend just bought a new Hyundai. And it's an amazing car, apparently, so it's big. Oh, and my ex-wife bought a Hyundai. I know that too. A Samsung spokesperson explained that the firm is interested only in building the necessary algorithms and hardware for autonomous transport and not the vehicles themselves. Wow, Samsung. For the record, I own a Samsung phone, which I've had for almost a year. It's starting to slow down. I don't know. Café, I don't know.
Anyway.
I did prefer it though over the iPhone, as I've ranted over and over again about how I'm upset with Apple. I know a lot of you love Apple, but hey, here's the thing. It's like I want to do stuff with my. I want to do it my way, and Apple says no, you have to do it our way. I don't like that. Samsung kind of gives you more options to do stuff. It says you can do it this way, that way, or whatever way. Hey, have fun. Go nuts, Mike. You're crazy. The Eagles have filed a lawsuit against the owners of a Mexican hotel. Wow, the spirit of Glenn Fry lives on. He was litigious. The owners of, well, he liked kicking people out of his band. The owners of a Mexico hotel of using the name Hotel California. Oh, you can't call yourself that. That's one of our songs that has been played over and over and over again on the radio to the point that you all vomit when you hear it. In a complaint filed late Monday, the Eagles said owners of the 11-room Todos Santos Hotel in Baja California actively encourage guests to believe the hotel is associated with the band in order to sell t-shirts and other merchandise and make guests feel welcome. Wait, wasn't the whole point of the Hotel California like you didn't want to be in it because it was a death trap and you ended up there forever and you stab things with your steely knives and you can't kill beasts and whatnot? But there's mirrors on the ceiling and there's champagne on ice. It's pink. This allegedly included piping Hotel California and other Eagles songs through the hotel sound system and selling t-shirts that referred to the hotel as legendary, resulting in an apparent confusion among many guests who posted online reviews. The Eagles also noted that the defendant Hotel California Baja LLC has applied with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to register the Hotel California name. Oh. Okay, these guys sound like jerks. I'm not talking about the Eagles. I'm talking about these people that own the Hotel California. Sounds like they're getting a little too big for their britches. I can understand if, oh, we didn't know American rules. We didn't know we couldn't play your music in our hotel. No, they want to actually, buy the name Hotel California. Okay, see ya. As we go outside a Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast in Podcastro Valley. That's like someone just saying, no, I'm Mike's Daily Podcast. Well, I guess anyone can say they're Mike's Daily Podcast, but I own the domain name mikesdailypodcast.com, so at that point, they run into some issues. But yeah, there's like Mike's Daily Apple and all these other Mike's Daily things. It's gonna happen. There's other people named Mike, believe it or not. But nothing like this show. Next show, it's going to be Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Have a wondrous day.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!